Hey, it's Whiskey, and welcome to Palm Tree Elegy. Today's poem is coming from The Essential Rumi by Coleman Barks. Rumi, in his own right, is a very famous poet who wrote a lot about love and life and kind of existentialism. And some of his poems are really, really deep. You have to really slow down and read some of them. And some of them are just so, like, they're so simple and so profound at the same time. It's absolutely insane. And this is one of them. This one is called The Lame Goat. You've seen a herd of goats going down to the water. The lame and dreamy goat brings up the rear. There are worried faces about that one, but now they're laughing. Because look, as they return, that goat is leading. There are many different kinds of knowing. The lame goat's kind is a branch that traces back to the roots of presence. Learn from the lame goat and lead the herd home. That's it. The picture I saw in my mind when I read this poem, The Lame Goat, is very reminiscent to what we see happening in our society. Okay, right? We have the boomers and the millennials, and nobody likes the boomers because they're older, and nobody likes the millennials because they're younger, and there's all this division, and everybody's kind of drawn these lines of where we are at the generations. And it's not even necessarily that. I also might see, instead of an older generation, or even, we still have silent generation around. It's not just boomers. Um, what I see sometimes in this picture is those who may have disabilities, or those who are not quite running as fast as the rest of the crowd, and they might feel left out. And everybody is useful. Everybody has their own gifts. Everybody, no matter who makes fun of what, they don't know everybody's perceptions and everybody's gifts, right? And somebody might make fun of that lame goat, or that lame person, lame meaning disabled, not lame meaning not cool, or just somebody who's elderly, who's not moving as fast as everybody else, right? But the knowledge and the information and the skill set that they have, that we don't have yet because we haven't had those experiences. We haven't, just the fact in time alone, even if we've had tons and tons of experiences, there's somebody else on the planet who's had tons and tons of experiences too, and is also 40 years older than me, right? If they're that kind of person, they're going to have double the wisdom that even I likely have, just because of longevity, right? So everybody makes fun of this goat, and here what I see is this goat's been dragging a branch, and it's their path home. You know, we know how to get home. We know as a society how to get things back on track. We know that there are those wise ones and those elders and those people who might have the simplest of solutions, if only we take the time to stop and look and listen to what they're saying or what they're doing. I have worked with people in nursing homes. I used to be an assistant activities director in a nursing home back in my 20s, a long time ago. And I also had a really bad injury 3 years ago that landed me in a wheelchair for a year and landed me 6 weeks in a nursing home because I had to go there for rehab. I actually had a fully dislocated ankle with a triple fracture. I had literally ripped my foot off the bottom of my leg. 0 stars. Would not recommend. Don't ever do that. But because of the care I was going to need, and because of the rehab I needed, I ended up in a rehab center, nursing home, for 6 weeks. And I learned so many lessons, and I met so many wonderful people who were double my age and then some. You know, don't discount anybody. And the biggest thing is if you're somebody who is longer in the tooth, or if you're somebody who is disabled, because I've been down that road. I'm still on that road. I just manage it different than I used to. If you're somebody who is disabled, don't discount yourself. Don't discredit yourself. You might be moving slower than everybody else in the line, but maybe you're the one dragging that stick, right? So just don't discount yourself. Don't be that kind of lame, right? So The question is look back and think back about somebody in your life, be it a grandfather, or maybe you worked in a nursing home, or some kind of connection you had to somebody that you thought was old, because that's all subjective and in perspective, right? Somebody who's 10 thinks somebody who's 40 is ancient, right? So think about wherever it was in your life that you knew somebody who was that older lame goat that you might have thought was an older lame goat. But looking back now that you are an adult, what lessons or what do you see different about that person than you saw as a child? What actual picture, how's the picture changed, right? Ask yourself, how do I see that person in a different light, and how can I see them on a different level because I'm on a different level now? I know this one's short and sweet, but it was cool anyway. Uh, I love you. Keep on rocking. See you on the next one.